This is Mike, the tactical stock scalper. Let's take a look at the markets and kind of see what's going on and see if we can get some clues. So, as you see here on the QQQ, which follows the NDX, back then we talked about if we had a touch and a hold on a 20 EMA, which is a white line, that the Qs would rise up, and as indeed what they did. It held the 20 period moving average and went up on its way and is now crossing 395. If you like my kind of content, I would really appreciate it if you'd hit the like button and sub the channel. It helps the algorithm, and maybe you could help someone else who needs this kind of content in their life. So the Qs are going up. Let's look at the weekly. And just this thing has just rocketed, really. We had this period earlier in the year, and it came down and touched the 50 period moving average, touch and held it, and then rocketed up since then. There's really been no pullback. We had some consolidation, as you can see right through there, for about a 3-week period, and now we have broken out of that. So let's kind of check that out again. So we talked about this being a possible correction through time, and we wouldn't get the pullback, and we haven't gotten it. And the market doesn't care what I want. See, I want a pullback so I can add more money to my QQQY position besides just buying on X date. Well, when a market keeps ripping like this, according to my plan, I can't do it. I need it to be lower than my average and lower than the X date for me to get in, and that is just not happening. The market is taking off, which is great. It just means I can't buy more. Still money on the sidelines, being patient. But as we see, we have this consolidation period, and it has since broken out. If it crosses 395, we'll probably get some dynamic move up. Let's check out the SPY. Now, the reason I like to use these as opposed to the actual indexes, it helps me get a clearer picture. Sometimes the NDX or something like that looks a little more choppy. SPY's a little more, or the Qs or SPY's a little bit more cleaner to my eye. So when we look at here at SPY, we had a consolidation period, and we talked about a dynamic move would come out one way or the other. Looks like we're starting to get that dynamic move to the upside as we are now crossing 460. 460 was a pretty important level. As you see back here, we got rejected from it right there, back in August. We have now crossed that. So it's going to be interesting to see how high this goes, or if it comes back down. If it does come back down, I mean, it's got, it may come back down to the 20 period moving average, much like the Qs did. See, like how the Qs came back to its 20 period moving average, held it and bounced. Maybe the S&P and SPY will do the same thing, but as of now, we just have to wait. It's just not doing anything but ripping, which is great. I just can't buy any more shares of anything. All right, let's check out IWM, and then we're going to check out Tesla. IWM, where are you? There you are, sweetheart. So IWM, there, forming a bull flag, trying to break out of this bull flag and go higher. We had a long period of consolidation on IWM. We had a dynamic move and it broke out. Now we're having another period of consolidation, looking for another breakout. We'll see what happens with IWM. I want to look at IWMY for a second. Let's kind of break it down here. So now we're back above my cost basis on IWMY. Just an interesting note, we are hitting the 200 period moving average on IWMY. Not sure what that means because it follows the underlying, but it's something to watch to see if it sells off here for one reason or another. But as long as IWM keeps rising and the Russell keeps rising, IWMY will keep rising too. Let's look at Tesla. Pull out to a daily. Just look at this long line of consolidation, right? Everything's staying above the 200 period moving average that you see that arrow at in a 230 price tag. We are just consolidating, waiting on a big move to come out of Tesla. Let's look at Tesla. Same thing with Tesla. It just can't really break 11. Even on the X date, right? It went down and hovered right around 11. But between 11 and 12, Tesla is just hanging out and consolidating, just like its underlying Tesla. So honestly, guys, we're breaking out in all the markets. Will that be sustained? It's, and I say, yeah, it's going to be sustained, and it looks like it. And then we can sell off, right? But it looks just amazing. All the EMAs are curling up on the Qs. So yeah, it's a great time to be a shareholder. It's a great time to be a shareholder of QQQY and IWMY, but we just can't add, or at least I can't add until we get a dip or an X date. So until then, money on the sidelines, watching my stock price go up. It's all good. Hope you enjoyed the content. This is Mike, Tactical Stocks.